The latest complete arc of the Darth Vader comic was Burning Seas by Charles Soule. It's probably the first thing I'd recommend to someone who had only seen the movies and wanted to get into the universe outside of the films. Well, today I'm going to quickly summarize the story and review it, so if you're worried about spoilers, this is your warning. The story kicks off about 1 year after the events of Revenge of the Sith. The Inquisitorius is established, the Empire has TIE fighters and Star Destroyers and new walkers rolling out as they bring more and more systems under their control. Palpatine suspects a Jedi is hiding on Mon Cala, so Vader heads that way with Tarkin, the 6th brother, the 9th sister, the 10th brother, and a handful of specialized clone troopers. Admiral Ackbar insists they are not harboring enemies of the Empire, but then the Imperial ambassador to the planet is assassinated, giving Tarkin enough reason to attack. Ackbar and Raddus mount a counteroffensive while their king Lee Char warns the hidden Jedi Farron Bar. He and his followers attempt to flee the planet, but they're picked off one by one and finally cornered. He uses the Force to activate Order 66 in the clones, so they attack the Inquisitors, allowing for his escape. But he instead confronts Vader, who he knows was once Anakin Skywalker. Bar reveals that he was responsible for the ambassador's assassination, prompting the attack on the planet. He claims to have had visions of the future, seeing that the Mon Calamari would one day be central to the destruction of the Empire, but he also believes that a sacrifice of billions was required to one day save trillions. Lee Char, shocked by the manipulation, calls off the attack. Admiral Raddus escapes the planet, Vader kills Bar, and the king is taken into Imperial custody. Every single issue of this comic ended on some sort of crazy cliffhanger or twist, and I loved it, except for one. I didn't like the tease of Farron Bar hidden away as if he was someone we know, only to find out that he was a brand new character a month later. It just seemed kind of pointless to me, but I really enjoyed his personality and story. I already did a full video on him, but seeing him manipulate all of his followers, manipulate the king, assassinate an ambassador, he's just so slimy and not what we're used to seeing from a Jedi. But it also makes sense that the surviving Jedi would be so desperate. And technically, he does have kinda sorta good intentions. He believes his actions will cause the fall of the Empire, and we know that he's not wrong. But it's the old argument of the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few. Is it right to sacrifice billions to save trillions? At what point do you draw the line? There's so much interesting stuff that Charles Soule is doing here. I also love the interactions between the Inquisitors. They aren't Sith, but they still have those dark side tendencies to betray one another, as seen by the 6th brother crippling the 9th sister to ensure his survival. That might backfire on him because it seems like she survived her encounter with the clone troopers, so she'll probably be out for some revenge. Then again, we already know the 6th brother is killed by Ahsoka, so I'm not sure how that'll play out. Speaking of those clone troopers, how cool were they? We didn't get much of them other than their armor and their tattoos, but I expect we could see them again. Maybe in a video game where you play a surviving Padawan that has to fight to survive after Order 66. But that's about all I have to say for this story. You have to assume that I love an arc if I already did 2 videos on it before it was finished. And I didn't even touch on the 10th brother, also known as Proset Dibs from the Mace Windu comic, but you can check out that video if you want. That was a cool connection more than anything else. And whether you've read the comic or not, I'd love to hear what you think of the story, so let me know in the comments. If you haven't already, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, and consider checking out my Patreon page. As always, thanks for watching, and may the Force be with you.